morning, Vlogmas. This is the wall that we painted in a previous vlog for Vlogmas. It's not looking too bad. Again, I don't recommend this paint. We have another one of the crappy paints for the white walls. We had already bought it and it was a 5-gallon tub, so we got to get through it. We are going to take on the really big task of painting the biggest wall in the downstairs area. It's got 2 windows. It's got curtains hung up that were left by the previous owners. We have to take down Christmas decor, fill all the holes that are going to be in the walls from the curtain holdbacks, from the blinds, from the curtain rods, from all the art, anything like that. We're going to go ahead and prep, tape, paint, fill, spackle, sand, all the works. We're gonna get that done, and then we have an errand to run. That's why I'm in like real clothes. We're gonna have an errand to run to the bank, and then we're gonna come back and hopefully just get going on this project. But let me go ahead and give you an overview of everything just so you can really see everything that we need to take down. And we just have another home project day.
Later that same evening.
Okay, vlog. I know I look different. It's a few hours later. So Chance and I moved the bar cart that was sitting right there, and I hurt my back like so bad that I was like on the floor in tears, in pain. So I've been resting my back. His mom loaned us a heating pad, and Chance stretched out my back, put ice on it. I've been resting, but I'm feeling a little better. I think it's just stiff now. So I'm just gonna keep moving, but be careful and mindful of my body. I'm gonna do my Cobra stretches like Chance said, but he wants me to tell you guys a story. So last night, Chance went to take the dog out, and Tori is really well trained, and normally we can just take her potty with no leash and there's no problem. But this time she like stepped outside, went pee, and then started running. And so Chance was like, Corey, wait, what's going on? She ran up to a coyote, and she ran so fast, I guess the coyote got scared and ran. So Corey, you're a badass. You're a badass, Chica. Come here, come here. Yeah, you're so cool. You're so cool. Okay, we're gonna start and prep the wall now. Chance has some plans in like an hour and a half. So we're just gonna at least get this prepped because a little bit of something is better than nothing. You know, what's that saying? A done something is better than a perfect nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and do what we were planning on earlier, which for you guys is just like instant cut to this moment in time. But for us, this is hours later. This is like a whole day off of our schedule that we had planned. Yeah, let's go. If you're getting your first tool set or anything like that, I highly recommend these screwdrivers like this that have the replaceable tips, so then you can easily turn one tool into several tools. And then this one's really cool too because it's got the bottom that has the little storage cubby. You can put stuff like screws and the different like attachments for it in there. So highly recommend if you are starting out, new homeowner, or you rent small space, this is a really handy tool. Rolling, action, take 3, speed, rolling.
Sound rolls.
Whatever.
And film speeds.
Oh, but you do sound first, right?
Yeah, you go sounds, rolling, speed.
Chance does more film than by more I mean I've never done film. Chance does film. YouTube is my film work. Drilling. Hey, look where you're drilling.
Talking to me?
Oh, you always fool me when I mess up the drill. Okay, we have a naked wall before us. This is what she's looking like, very barren. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this DAP Dex. This is DAP Dry Dex. It's pink and then it turns white when it's dry. I'm gonna use this and a putty knife and do the smaller holes that are kind of just like these guys, like this over here. I can even get these over here. However, there are places in the wall where it's a little thick. You could try the DAP Dex, but it might be not enough. You might need to do some mud. So Chance is gonna get mud for some of the bigger holes that are in like the windows and stuff, especially up there. Either the previous owner didn't use anchors when they were supposed to, so then the weight that the screws had to hold wasn't secure in the wall, so then it dragged the screws down and enlarged the hole that was there already. Or they used these anchors that weren't right for drywall, so then they were a pain to get out of the drywall, so then we had to make a bigger hole just to remove them. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. A hole like that needs some mud. Hello Vlogmas! Hi vlog, we are back. Chance is taking me on a mystery date tonight. It's not the actual day of our anniversary, but it's a couple days before. This is the fit that I can't give you a full fit right now, but this is the look. I'm going to probably pull my hair back. I don't know, I ran out of time. I was the reason we were running late. We are headed in a south direction. I have no idea where we're going. I don't know what we're doing. I was very confused on the dress code. So many rules that conflicted with one another. The sun is coming in. Hi, sun. I got my hair done today, so if you're like, oh, your hair looks especially good, it is James. That is my hairstylist. He got rid of all my gray hairs up there. And this is Chance. Look how nice he looks in his green suit. We're very Christmas, red and green.
Which is good for today's event.
Yeah, that was it. That's all I have. That's all I squeezed out of him this week, is it's Christmas. That I'm never gonna guess it in a million years, that we're not going to be the fanciest people there, even though I asked if I should wear a gown and he said no. But I'm thinking maybe I should have. I guess I'll see when I get there. He said it's not a show, but I should dress as if I'm going to a show. It's not a hot air balloon ride, you know? I guessed all the crazy stuff because he said you'll never guess it. So I just guessed the craziest things I could think of. That's my hot date tonight. I love that your glasses match.
Thanks.
So when Chance wore this green suit to my bestie's wedding this past fall, he didn't know where his green glasses were. Turns out they were in PA with me in my car because that's where he left them. He found his green glasses, but finally you get to wear your suit with your glasses. That's really all the information I have. I'm like, hi vlog, come along with us to do I don't know. But I'm sure you'll be happy to be here. So this is Christmas, a doorstep presents. Let me grab some scissors. Ugh. These are presents. Okay, so if you get presents from me, don't look at this. This is a dress I got Sophia for her birthday. This was literally 50% off. It's from the All in Motion brand. So stinking cute. I have that for her. This next thing's for Chance, so look away. These are golf pants. They're navy blue. They're like trouser style, but they're also like athletic. So he'll like that. And he doesn't have any navy pants, so it'll be nice for him to have a variety of color. Oh, these I'm super excited about because I love the color. Can you guys tell? Can you tell how gorgeous this color is? It's like a tealy, emeraldy, jewel tone green. Ugh, it's so pretty. I feel like it doesn't do justice on the viewfinder, but such a beautiful color. I love that. And these are athletic shorts. They're versatility shorts, unlined. These are unlined. Oh, okay. Are the other ones I got him unlined? I wonder. Unlined is okay. First package gone. One of these packages was actually the previous owner's, so I'm not gonna open that. I just gotta take that to the post office. Oh, this is also Chance. Don't look. So technically I bought this for Chance on Black Friday, but then it went on a better sale. So I repurchased it online, and then I'm gonna return one of them with the in-store receipt, so then I got the discount. But it's a Timberwolves shirt. He doesn't actually root for the Timberwolves, but he does love wolves. Wolves are his favorite animal, and whenever he plays his basketball game, he always picks this team to play as, so he'll like it. And it's just a cool shirt. I know he's gonna love it. The braid fry is crazy. I need to get a cup of coffee. Let's open our last box. I'm sitting on the scissors. I'm sitting on the scissors. Oh my goodness, don't recommend. That's so irresponsible. Oh, this was like a pretty big box for this. Ugh. Okay, so oh, my back. Guys, obviously at the beginning of the vlog, I told you I hurt my back and it is still sore. I've been resting it, I've been stretching, but in the morning, it's just always the worst because that's when my body's like stiff, literally like sitting up straight, moving too fast. If you see me wince, it's probably because of my back. Also, I'm having, I think I've said it on the vlog, and if not, I'll mention it really quick. I'm having nerve issues in my right hand over here. So thank God I'm left-handed, but still, between that and then I already have shoulder pain and injury that's just been like ongoing for like the last decade of my life. Like I feel like my body's falling apart. I'm pretty sure this is the scent I want. I'm just gonna do a little sniff and make sure. I love these body sprays. I don't love that the price went up on these because I feel like I run out of this really fast too. Yeah, this is the scent I wanted. So good. And if you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen me do like my perfume counters, my mini perfumes, you know, like I love a scent. I'm very much one of those people who like associate a smell with a time in their lives. Like right now I'm using this body wash in the shower. It's called Sweater Weather. It's called Together Weather from Bath and Body Works. And it makes me think of when I did Buddy Holly last year, and I don't love the scent. I don't know if it's that the memories weren't great or if it was the fact that I don't love the scent, but now I'm like using it in the shower and it makes me think of that, and I just don't love the scent, but I don't know if it's the scent or the memories. Do you know what I mean? So I'm one of those people. I don't know. Do you associate smells with memories? Tell me in the comments, because sometimes I feel weird for being that way. Right, so I know we left you on like a cliffhanger last night. So last night I had the surprise anniversary date, and it ended up being to go see Leslie Odom Jr. on tour with his 4-piece orchestra, or 4-piece band. I guess they're a band, not an orchestra. Anyways, it was so good. Leslie is just a force to be reckoned with on stage. He's so good. He was so like funny and sweet. Like we were laughing so loud. I feel like our audience wasn't the best. Chance was definitely doing that little like whistle thing when you're like cheering on a crowd. I feel like he was like carrying the audience, but it was so good. And 2 of our friends actually work at that venue, and so we were hoping to see them. We didn't end up running into them, but when we were leaving, we ran into like an old friend that we went to high school with, and then we also ran into one of our couple's friends' husband, and we were like, oh my, it was Jose. I'm just gonna say his name. I don't think he's gonna care. We were like, Jose, oh my God, is that you? And so literally thanks for the kisses, Corey. We literally were like, oh my God, Jose, like, what are you doing here? Because his wife was working last night, and he was like, oh, I went to see this. And I said, by yourself? That's so cool. And he's like not really into like, he's not from the theater world. He got into the theater world because of his wife. And so we were like, oh my God, it's so cute that like you like theater and shows and all these like Broadway actors so much, that like because you've been immersed in it, despite him not being a performer. He's like, yeah, I don't want to perform, but I like going to theater. And I was like, yes, we need more of you. But anyways, we ended up going to get like tacos and drinks with him after the show. But y'all, before the show, before I knew where we were going, while it was still a surprise, Chance and I were trying to go to this nice mall in our area to get some dinner before, like apps and drinks before we go to the show. However, we didn't know that the mall that the restaurant was at was having their annual tree lighting on a Wednesday night, might I add. So there was no way to get into the mall. And then once we got into the mall, it was like impossible to find parking. We literally had to call the restaurant and cancel our reservation because we were like, we're here, we're at the mall, and we've been driving around. There's no parking. We're gonna be late for our next thing if we even attempt to like come in and like be seen and serviced by you. So then we ended up leaving that mall and going to somewhere closer to where the venue is, like within walking distance actually. And we come up and set up at the bar, and there's this stranger next to us, and she was like, oh, you guys just missed out, happy hour. And I was like, oh, that's okay, no worries. And she introduces herself. Her name's Anne. Now, Anne is not the crazy lady in this story. Anne is so funny. So it's Chance, me, Anne, and then there's an older woman and her niece. Okay, the older woman and her niece. These are the people you need to focus on, okay? The older woman is telling us about how she loves Jonathan Groff. And I said, yes, I just saw him on the Macy's Day Parade last week. He was so good. Sarah Hyland was so good. Their show is so good. Their dancers, wow, wow, wow. She said, yeah, I saw it on Broadway. In fact, I saw Jonathan Groff and Daniel Radcliffe in Merrily We Roll. And I was like, oh great, she's a Broadway lover. She starts telling us how she loves Broadway. She loves Jonathan Groff. She loves, who was the other? Oh, she loves Aaron Tveit in Moulin Rouge. She said he was a hunk. Again, probably 70-something-year-old woman. She loves Jeremy Jordan. And I'm like, absolutely, love Broadway. Love these guys. They're all talented icons on Broadway. Absolutely. This is where it gets weird. Miss Ma'am says that she's been writing Jeremy Jordan for years. That she writes him letters. That she sends him emails. She does it on her own letterhead. She's like, I use my letterhead that has my name, my address, my email, my telephone number, and she writes him letters all the time. Every time she saw, she said that she saw he was performing in the West End. She bought a ticket to fly to the West End and a ticket to see his show. She named all these different things, and she's like obsessed with Jeremy Jordan. And then she found out that Jeremy Jordan was from New Jersey, New York area, right? And then she was like, oh, she said something crazy. She was like, I just found out Jonathan Groff was from the Mennonites. And I was like, oh my God, that's bold, because I was just working in Jonathan Groff's hometown. So I've been to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I've seen the Amish and Mennonite community, and he lived in Lancaster, but he was not a Mennonite. So let me just clarify that, because so I was like, this is crazy. The conclusion she's jumping to based on the Google information she's finding on these people. So then she finds out, back to Jeremy Jordan. She finds out Jeremy Jordan is living in New Jersey with his wife and child. I do not know their names off the top of my head, but boy did she. So she's saying, she was like, oh, he lives like by Madison. Like, so she Googles, she says that she went on Google to find Jeremy Jordan's address, and she found it, and she sends him letters, like to his house. And I was like telling her, because this is a very dangerous boundary we're getting to. This is stalker-like mentality. And I don't think this woman was dangerous, but she's definitely not all there. I'm like, this is stalker-like material. This is not safe. This is putting him and his wife and his child in a place of fear. The world is not the world it used to be. You do not answer fan mail like you once upon a time did. So I'm like encouraging her. I said, you should go stage door his shows. If you go to so many of his shows, you should stage door. Actors, aren't contractually obligated to stage door, but if they're there to stage door and they're talking to you and they're signing things, they are there because they want to be there. Like, they are not being paid to be there. They are not forced to be there. That is all per each actor's choice. If they have free time in their day, if they have family coming or friends coming, they can stand outside the stage door and stage door with fans. And I think that's a really safe place for her to do that. And I'm like, you should do stage door. She goes, absolutely not. No, if he wants to see me, I told him when I was in New York last time that he can come to brunch with me. And Anne, the old woman sitting next to me and Chance, without skipping a beat, goes, you invited him to brunch, you're such a hoe. She doesn't know this woman. This woman's a stranger to her. She told me and Chance twice that she did not know this woman, because as the woman kept talking and getting crazier and crazier, Anne wanted to make sure that we knew she was not associated with crazy woman over here. And her niece is looking at me like, oh my God. And her niece is like, she's a stalker. I'm sorry. She's innocent. I swear. She's harmless, but she's crazy. We keep telling her, she's not my mom. I swear she's just my aunt. My other aunt thinks she's crazy too. The whole family thinks she's crazy. She's like, I don't condone this behavior. Now, before she started telling us her Jeremy Jordan story, so I know this is all over the place, but you gotta bear with me. Before she tells us her Jeremy Jordan story, she's like, wow, you guys look so nice tonight. And we were like, thanks. She's like, where are you going? I go, I don't know. She goes, what do you mean you don't know? And I said, this is my husband. He's taking me on a surprise date. I don't know where we're going. She goes, oh, are you going to the Phil? And Chance goes, no. And she goes, oh, are you going to see Leslie? And I went, Leslie? Leslie? Babe, Leslie? He goes, no. She goes, oh, because we're going to go see Leslie Odom Jr. later. And I go, are we going to see Leslie, babe? And he said that he went to the bathroom after that and was just like, darn this lady, he can never keep a surprise from me. And here this lady is right before we're about to go to the show. We're just grabbing some food and drinks, and she ruined the surprise. So Chance already didn't really like her because of that. He was like, oh my God, I said I'm taking my wife on a surprise date that she doesn't know about. Why would you try and spoil the surprise date we just told you about? So he was a little upset. I was just excited to go to Leslie and also tearing up because I was getting emotional. Anyway, she is also going to Leslie that night. Hopefully she wasn't as crazy with Leslie as she was with Jeremy. The last thing she says to us before she leaves, she says to us, I'm just saying, if Jeremy Jordan gets murdered, it wasn't me. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Who says that? That's crazy. I'm dumbfounded by this woman. Crazy. So you guys can understand why we were not vlogging last night. And then of course, if we were at a show, you're not supposed to record at a show. So we didn't vlog at the show. And then we ran into a friend who we've never vlogged before. So we just stopped vlogging last night. I'm so sorry, but that was the update. Okay. We were busy mall, couldn't get to our first reservation, went to a new bar. She ruined the surprise. She stalked Jeremy Jordan. Then we went to Leslie Odom Jr. concert on tour. And then we ran into some friends, got drinks and some food, and then we came home and went to bed, and Chance is working a double today. Absolutely absolutely crazy. It was a night I'll never forget. It was a wonderful night. It was such a good show and it was so perfect for me. Oh, and here's the other thing. Oh, one more thing. For our anniversary, Chance got me roses, but he also bought me this book. And this is the Failing Up book by Leslie Odom Jr. And I was like, babe, why did you buy me that book? I already own that book. He goes, well, I don't think you're ever getting your book back because I loaned it out to someone we used to be friends with. And that was like probably 5 years ago because I bought this book for Chance. He really wanted it. And then I ended up reading it in one freaking night. And Chance didn't even get a chance to read it yet. So I bought him this book. I ended up reading it. And then I was telling him how amazing it was and how good it was. And I was telling him and a friend at the time. And that person was like, wow, this book sounds amazing. I would love to read it. And I said, yeah, you can borrow it. Just make sure you give it back. Like, I'm really particular about my books. If I am done with a book, I don't care. I'll just give it to you. But a self-help book like this, I love to note things. I love to have it physical. I love to reference it. I love to go back and read things again, especially when you know that a book helped you through a certain time in your life. When you're going through something similar and you can go back to that book, it's just, I love these books. So I said, you can borrow it, but you got to give it back. And that was like the hardcover version before he added his like extra afterword from the author for the like paperbacks that he just came out with in March. And I love that book. And then this person moved and then they said it was in a box and they were gonna get it to me. And long story short, this person just kept saying they were gonna get me my book back and they never did. So Chance never got to read it. I never got my book back. So Chance bought me the new paperbacks. And now there is technically a little afterword here. It's only a couple pages, but I'm excited to read that and I wanna go back and read this. And like, I was just going through the book and it's got all these little like sections and then it's got like where big quotes are like made bigger. I don't know if the last book also had those like popped out quotes, but I just was getting like flashbacks to reading this again and hearing Leslie's story for the first time. And I just love going through and reading the big quotes because then I remember parts of the book. This is one that says, "The wink gave me the tiniest glimpse into the life that continued to unfold on stage." And this was during his time in Rent. And so it's just really cool. I love reading autobios. I've read Zachary Levi's, I've read Leslie Odom Jr.'s. I really loved Prince Harry's. Prince Harry's is very long but very, very good. I just love hearing stories about real people, especially people who are living in today's society dealing with the same economic, societal, political, you name it, problems that we go through. I think it's just so nice to get a perspective on it, to feel seen and heard and validated, or to hear stories that I could never in a million years relate to. I think it just makes you a worldlier person, a more compassionate person. You can understand people and hear things from their perspective. Oftentimes when you hear about celebrities or about people in general, you don't always hear it from the source. So to get to hear things from the source, that first-hand perspective is just amazing. So Leslie Odom Jr., Failing Up, How to Take Risks, Aim Higher, and Never Stop Learning. I love this book and I highly recommend it to anyone, especially if you are pursuing a career in film or theater or music. Another day, another coloring sheet. Let's pick one out for today. First off, let me find my little backing page to protect. Okay, for today, I'm thinking of doing the Naughty Elves. These guys look like they're nothing but trouble, but I'm going to color them and make them adorable. And here is the finished product. Oh, I didn't write the date on there. Gotta do that, hold on. Let's pick a good color. Let's do blue. I don't have a, oh, I forgot to color that ribbon. Okay, y'all. I wasn't as done as I thought. Okay, let's do the last little ribbon on this present. There we go. All right, and now let's write the day. Oh, kind of like the pink, kind of like the blue. It's okay. I'm going to do, no, I want to do the pink. I'm gonna do the pink. The pink. We're gonna write day 6. I think this is day 6. How cute. I feel like I want to color this more, but I am out of time. It is so late at night right now. I don't stay up late, and this is way past my bedtime. This is day 6 of the advent calendar, another really cute one, and I went and did a lot of detail on this one. I don't know if you can tell, so hopefully you like it. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for day 6. No. I hope you guys like it, and I will see you back tomorrow for day 7 of Vlogmas. We are over halfway there. That means Christmas is so close. Okay, I see you guys tomorrow. Bye.